Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Good morning. Happy Monday. Alrighty. So we're doing what you think is going on versus what is actually going on. I feel maybe this collective, there are certain questions you need answered, a little bit of uncertainty on certain things, how it's going on. So let's get into it. But just to make sure that this is your collective, I want to first get what is currently going on around your energy or even what you're going through. And then we'll break it down on what you think is currently going on in your situation, what you think how you think this person feels about you, emotionally, romantically, etc., what you think their true intentions are and their next point of action is, and then we'll get what is actually going on. So I'm going to get these and see first. I want to get 3 of these, and then I think I want to get tarot to confirm that, what your main focus is currently and what you're currently going through. Alrighty. All right. So you have the blueprints. I feel this collective, you're trying to keep a positive mindset on certain things, kind of like that, manifesting through your thoughts. I'm seeing my Ace of Swords. No, I'm sorry. I'm seeing my Magician card, the thoughts becoming things, the inception point. Two more, please. One more. All right, so the first one we have is blueprints. Then we have the Falcon, so rising above, and then uprooted. So a radical break from the past. Bless me. Oh God, sorry. All right, so I believe this collective, you're really trying to keep positive mindsets having to do with your vision, your 4D vision, not only with this person, but in your life as well. Whatever has to do with destiny, but trying to put firm foundations within, this new beginning. I feel this collective may be feeling. We have this Falcon energy, which means, going into a transition, but also has to do with your third eye and your highest self. So again, confirmation to what I said before, don't make it fit. This collective, you're carefully planning according to what you've seen with your third eye. But also I do feel that there is a transition and there are certain positive changes, and I'm seeing activations with your third eye. You could be, I'm seeing my unknown gift with that deck. But again, another one, then we have the uprooted. This is about deep changes. Also, a total makeover. This could have started because of a separation. So clearly this collective, you are separated right now, but there is an opportunity and there's certain forces changing is what I feel. So you could be actually, even though I said that this collective, if we're doing what you think is going on and what's actually going on, maybe I do believe this collective, you guys are, sitting on certain unresolved issues or, unresolved conversations more so. But I do feel that you're about to hit a big break, I feel, with that. But let's see. All right, let's quickly confirm with one card this energy, and then I want to confirm, this energy with tarot just to make sure. One, please. Let's confirm with only one. Just to make sure. 14th of the 2nd could be significant, or 29th of the 2nd. And it's so crazy because this year we had a 29th of the 2nd. It's usually 28. Catalyst for change, confirmation. So I do believe, this collective, maybe this says fan of flames, but passion, you're trying to get it going, putting in the required effort as well with this. And 33 at the same time, staying in your stillness, your divine feminine energy. There's an ignition with this as well. And I do feel that, you know, that I feel there is an ignition having to do with your third eye and your vision. And that is actually activating you into that action, to that divine masculine strength. You know what I mean? All right, let's confirm with tarot. Let's confirm with tarot to get a little bit more detail. Let's confirm, please. Just 3. Beautiful confirmation. This collective, you are keeping the faith. You are keeping the faith. And even so, you know what? I feel like maybe that's, again, it's confirmation with this effort required. You know, you're putting in the dedicated effort in the sense of not waiting anymore. You know, you're understanding that to be able to get this wish granted, to be able to receive those manifestations, you're not supposed to just sit in stillness. You're supposed to keep going. You're supposed to live in the moment. You're supposed to really, you know, see everything as lessons, and that also helps you grow. But this collective, you're focused on your purpose, I feel. And again, confirmation with that third eye. So clearly you could be a claircognate, clairvoyant, some clair. But you're having faith, you're trying to focus on your healing, and it makes sense with that, you know, the roadmap energy and the starting point, and again, confirmation, thoughts becoming things, again, very into that magician energy. So clearly this collective, you know about your mind. You are believing in the strength of your mind. There's a renewal. You could have just come out of this energy of wanting to know what's going on. Or it could be the person tied to you. Let's get 2 more. And also the star, I see it as destined things happening. And so crazy how it's like under that blueprint. Yes, thirst for knowledge. You are learning. There's this mental strength about you. And a lot of air sign here. You could be, this is both Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius or a Libra. But there's something about your communication I feel is being, you know, really ignited right now. You're thinking first and acting later, which is good. It means you're not acting on impulse. But there is a little bit of hostility around you. Maybe this is what you're trying to release. What you're trying to make over. Hostility, defeat, a little bit of self-sacrificing energy. This collective, you could have been like one of my collectives that are kind of like that self-sacrificers, really puts everyone else above their own needs. But plot twist, conflicts. I feel this collective, maybe whatever has to do with anybody or anything that is not playing by the rules. And it's so crazy how literally these 3 cards are Aquarius energy. You could be a strong Aquarius or have it in your big 3. But also air sign, air mind. I feel like this collective, again, it makes sense with this thirst for knowledge. There's this strength in your mind right now. You're not letting your mind control you. It's the other way around. But I do believe, I want to clarify this 5 of Swords. I feel like this is what you're removing, you know, what you're paying attention to and what you're removing in your mind as well. Whatever is imbalanced, broken, and this is 10 of Cups in reverse. So clearly this it could be that there's a reason why I say everything. That's why I wanted to come here and do what you think is going on, what's actually going on. It makes sense with that mind, you know, trying to be strong in your mind. There could be certain things that are still a little bit baffling within you that have to do with this 10 of Cups. Confirmation. But I feel like there is... And confirmation with that discord. But misalliance. Maybe you're going over why, you know, this misalliance, you know, in the right way. Let's confirm this whole energy, please. And then we'll break it down. So clearly this collective, just to do a recap, the biggest thing I'm feeling for this collective, you're trying to keep a strong mind, trying to be in the strength of your own mind and not let your mind take over with negative thoughts, but believing and having that faith that everything that is supposed to sign you're supposed to receive will come in due time, in divine timing. You're trying to, maybe you're really, you know, focused on your craft. There's this curiosity about you. I do believe that the curiosity could be having to do with the Ten of Cups in reverse, but also I am seeing that as, you know, kind of like a curiosity for your own power and your own vision, just because of this Falcon energy. But you are, this collective, clearly you're thinking first and acting later. So you're not acting on impulse. You know, I'm seeing my tame to attain card. But I do believe that there is a little bit of havoc having to do with what this Ten of Cups in reverse is, or how this Ten of Cups in reverse is developing. You know, what deep changes are happening, or, you know, because maybe even for the past couple of weeks, you've been feeling a little bit of a shift. And it's biggest thing I feel, this collective, you're needing clarity on certain things to keep that strength in mind. Don't make it fit. All right, let's confirm, and then we'll get into it. Yes, confirmation. First one. First one. Literally, strength. There's a self-belief in you, even though sometimes maybe, you know, and it's not even that incertidumbre comes to my mind. It's not that uncertainty is coming, you know, every time. It's just that when it does come over you, it always has to do with this person or this relationship, but whatever, there's a strength anyways with your belief of your journey. You're having compassion towards yourself. You're having confidence. You're taking on life with courage. You know, there's this personal power that you feel, and there's this wisdom, but also I'm seeing that influential energy. So maybe, you know, again, confirmation for before this collective, you could be really focused on your own blueprint, your own destiny path, having to do with your service work, you know, your mission in life, your purpose. Don't make it fit. If you're just sitting and wallowing in sadness over your person, this isn't your reading. This collective, and even how I'm speaking, this collective, there's the focus, even though sometimes it does come into your mind of what is currently going on with your person, it's more the focus on you. You know what I mean? You could be an air-fire pairing, but, you know, there's this fire igniting within you, and it makes sense with that bellow. This ignition, this, you know, torch of passion that you have. And this could have happened like in the past couple of weeks, just with, you know, the swords is weeks. Could have been a shift that happened in the last couple of weeks. That you're really feeling, you know, your personal power. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Alrighty. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, so I want to see what you think is going on currently in your connection. I'm going to get these. What you think is currently going on in this connection. And then I want to see what you think, how you think this person feels about you, and emotionally as well. And then we'll get their true intentions, or even what you think they're wanting to say. Alrighty, how does this collective think? What does this collective think is going on within the connection? What does this collective think is going on within the connection? Okay. Whoa. What was that? Hold on. Because I saw that and it did not like leave my mind. Of course. The mirror. Alrighty. So we have cassette. This is about outdated thinking and conditioning replaying events, which is crazy because this collective, as I said before, your main focus is having that strength in your mind. So you could believe that currently whatever strength that you're having as well is kind of like intertwined. Your threads are intertwined, and that's helping this person as well come out of that outdated thinking. Don't make it fit into this progress, into this boat energy. You do believe that there is progression and that you will be receiving what you need in due time, but certain closure issues, confirmation. We have the mirror as well. So this is about reflecting each other's wounds and self-image. So you could believe that maybe this person, you know, in this connection currently, they are going through certain reflection on their wounds and they're going through introspection. You have karmic here, so you could know that they're currently with a karmic, but that they could be going through certain fleeting triggers. And it's crazy because literally like the past week even, I've been having a lot of collectives where, you know, you're being confronted with a lot of lessons having to do with karmic people. Like the justice energy is over everyone right now, and the judgment energy is over everyone right now, you know, at least in my collectives, you know, where they're being presented with a lot of lessons with people who are not supposed to be in our lives, and that because there's a label on them, or because of, you know, the time that you guys have known each other, and there's this, you know, just a societal thing of, because of how long you've known each other, because of the label you've put on each other, because maybe they're family, maybe, you know, maybe because of work or whatever it is, you're not learning the lesson in having to release them with love and light, and instead of self-sacrificing yourself and your needs and understanding that they were just part of a season and releasing them. You know what I mean? I feel a lot of people are going through, I feel a lot of my collectives are going through that, you know, those fleeting triggers and maybe the resentment and maybe the lessons having to do with karmic connections that they are not learning from, and that because it's finally that season, they're, you know, that justice energy is really, you know, illuminating through that veil, removing the veil to see if you're finally going to remove that energy or if the universe is going to need to remove it for you. It's coming to my mind for a reason. There, confirmation. So clearly, this collective, you feel like whoever this person, your person is tied to, karmic connection or whatever, they could be a fake empath, they could be someone who maybe is a little bit self-absorbed, but you know that this person is being charmed and used by this person, but certain enabling, and they're needing to put the boundaries. Don't make it fit. Alrighty, let's confirm cassette. So clearly you feel this collective, you feel that what you are currently going, and confirmation with the sunglasses, you could feel like they're watching you, but this collective, it's the mindset that you have is that what you are currently going through in your growth, they are doing it as the same. Cassette. That they need to remove this not enough energy. That frustration in the relationship, instead of letting it be, you know, instead of, you know, seeing it as it's the surrendering to what is energy. The self-sabotage, you could feel like maybe 11:11 on my clock right now, but what I do feel confirmation for what I said before, this collective, you feel like this person is growing at the, like you're pulling on the string evolution wise, but hold on, but this collective, you believe that part of, you know, that blueprint, that destiny had to do with you releasing certain outdated thinking, and this person as well having to do with them not feeling like they are enough, having to do with their self-worth and their self-love, which you could believe that maybe they are currently evolving from. Let's get one more just to confirm. They're going over the selves, yes, but more so liking themselves. So this collective, and also because this is not enough, I'm seeing it as maybe this collective's outdated thinking was the fact that because they hadn't chosen you and they chose this other person, like you were enough. So this collective, again, you guys are focusing on that positive mindset. It's not that they didn't like me, it's just that they needed to go work through their own fear and ego issues. They needed to work through their self-sabotage energy. They needed to work through their lack of confidence and their jealousy issues. I can't be frustrated in this relationship for something that they need to heal when, you know, just I can't focus on this relationship like this anymore. Don't make it fit. This is what you think is currently going on in the relationship. But you feel like you guys like each other equally and that romance is blooming. Boat. So we do have many options, but a decision that they're having to make. Maybe this collective, you feel like they are currently going through, you know, certain, and it makes sense with what I said before with that with those karmic relationships, that justice energy. Could be that maybe, you know, where in the past, this collective, you would think like you were feeling like an option. You felt like they strung you along. You felt like you were in one night stand and they would never put that decision of being with you or not. This collective, I feel like that closure issue that you guys had was, it's not that they don't know how to make a decision. It's that they need to make certain decisions on their own life first. Don't make it fit. But this collective, you do feel this progression arriving from one night stand into unconditional love energy, or, you know, making the decision to be with you. Mirror. Just because of this mirroring as well, you know, I feel like this collective, maybe you really are going within. So there was third party interference. We do have the karmic and the girl with the snake, but you could feel like maybe this person is a little bit tempted to contact you right now, or, you know, that they're really, you know, that the attraction and the hooking up is there for sure, just because I felt like that one night stand energy. So maybe you guys had an unconventional relationship. It wasn't really a relationship, but more of a situationship. Don't make it fit. And maybe that's why you wanting, not that you're wanting, but maybe you feel like there's going to be a progression having to do with that leveling up. But also, I do believe, you know, and this is about mirroring each other's self-image. So you could think that maybe this person is currently going through, you know, certain temptations or certain things that got them into trouble having to do with this connection. But also, I'm seeing that self-sabotage with this not enough energy. So clearly this collective, you know that this person has certain insecurities with themselves. Yeah, confirmation. You feel like they're ascending through these obstacles having to do with their self-image. Don't make it fit. Karmic relationship. I'm sorry for the racket in the back. Like, I have my neighbors that are my neighbors have been doing home renovations since the beginning of the year. Maybe you guys are doing home renovations as well, but karmic relationship. So this collective, you feel like maybe this person, even though there is progression having to do with your energy, with your connection, maybe you feel like they are avoiding a certain conversation with this karmic relationship, or, you know, because of certain resentments, also they are maybe avoiding a certain conversation with you guys, but that they're needing to put certain boundaries, and maybe they're still angry of how the relationship ended with you guys. Got one more for that. Yeah, confirmation. They're needing to balance it out. They're needing to, you know, remove what doesn't serve them. Confirmation to what I said before. But they're needing to work on their own duality, their own balance, their own yin and yang energy. Have that strength within themselves. We already have twin flame, and again, confirmation to what I said before. They could be in a karmic relationship right now, and now they're not dealing with this, or they're avoiding this certain conversation they need to have with this karmic to be able to come in to their twin, their divine, you guys, and commit. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm feeling for this collective, you guys you understand that, and you think that they are currently going through that removal of the karmic energy to come into their oneness and then come to you guys. Girl with a snake. Wedding rings. Maybe Maybe even you think that this person sees you as that fake empath, but I was more seeing soul connection, eternal love. Yeah. It could be that this collective, you feel like this girl with a snake, maybe, you know, that they put you in this category. I want one more for that. Can you clarify girl with a snake? Yeah. Because they had certain addictions after this connection. You know, I'm seeing my towers energy. So maybe they got a lot of towers after this connection, but how they had certain possessiveness come over them with you, there's certain obsession, and there was this block that they felt. So clearly this collective, maybe you feel like, which means this collective, you would know. You know what I say, that usually when, the chaser has that longing veil on, while the avoidance, the runner, has that avoidant veil on. And, they tend to kind of like put an image on you or picture you as doot, and very controlling, and that's projection. They tend to project their own addictive traits or thought pattern, or they personify you as this crazy and toxic energy, when in reality it's them projecting on their own traits or their own patterns onto you guys. So, and more if it was a painful breakup for them, and everyone deals with emotion differently. Maybe their own way to cope from this was to put you in the category of girl with a snake. But this collective, you're not taking it so much personally, that energy, because you finally understood that it's their projection and it's not yours. It's not what's actually happening. You have worked through your self-worth. You've changed that outdated thinking of yourself, which means there's an understanding from this collective towards this person, while you guys keep maintaining those boundaries. But there is this, I feel like hope and belief that this relationship is evolving anyways. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Confirmation. Lightning, sudden epiphany. Don't make it fit. Alrighty. So if that's not how you feel that this connection, or how you think this connection is evolving, not your reading. Don't worry, I will be posting another reading later today. But let's get into how you think this person feels towards you. And for that, I want to get these. All right. Let's get into it. How does this collective think the person on their mind genuinely feels towards them? Whoa, apology, the first one. So clearly you feel like they're about to come in with an apology. I never take you for granted again. I've learned my lesson. I'm so sorry. Let's get 4 more, and this will then confirm. Thankful. Oh, that's nice. The what? Confirmation. This collective, you feel like they're watching. One more, please. All right, so this collective, how you think this person genuinely feels towards you, that they're wanting to come in with an apology, that they're thankful that they know you. I am thankful to you. I'm thankful to have you in my life for both the small and the large things you do. You feel like maybe they're watching you. Checking on your social media has become a new daily habit of theirs, and there's that obsession and that addictive thought pattern, maybe. And if you do know that this person has certain jealousy issues, you would feel this. But telepathy, do you hear me? So you feel like maybe they try to communicate with you through telepathy. Do you hear me talking to you? I need you close to me right now. Please respond. And best friends, we share everything with one another. You get me and I get you. So clearly you feel like they think of you as best friend energy. That, again, soul partner energy is what I'm feeling with that. But let's confirm apology. What are they wanting to apologize for with this collective nerves? They're very nervous to apologize. Maybe part of what you think that they want to apologize is having to do with, how they picked this other person over you. But you make me feel nervous and excited in a good way. I am scared to approach you. This is how you feel. This is what you think is going on. Thankful. Daydreaming. You're always on my mind, even when I try to forget you. but that they're still grateful. That I'm seeing my friendship card, understanding that a person is in your life for a reason. I'm seeing that with that. So clearly this collective, you feel like this person, you know, even though there's certain things that they have to go through that they're even though they're not wanting to deal with, in the like subconsciously still and even consciously, that they are thankful that they met you, because even that way they evolved. Watching. Well, what was that wanting to extroverted? That was extroverted is about moving towards, and extroverted is about moving forward towards you. So I feel like this, and it's so crazy how it didn't come out. So maybe this collective, you're really trying to, you know, again, confirmation to what I said before with what your mental strength. Whenever the thought of this person watching you comes, because they wanting to come into forward movement comes towards you, you try to maybe not cancel that out, but you try not to really think that much about it, so that you don't send yourself into havoc and yourself into a tailspin sign mentally. Don't make it fit. It didn't want to come out for a reason. So clearly this collective, that's something that maybe you, not that you don't want to know, but that you don't want to really fixate on. Watching. Why they're watching that, but that because they're emotional, going through an array of emotions, unstable. Maybe this collective, you think that this is how they're feeling towards you because, you know, that's how they deal with it. That's how they know how to deal. Telepathy, that it's better for them. So it's understanding that them emotionally. And I'm saying this as if it was true. We'll see what's currently going on. But I feel this collective, again, there's a lot of understanding with this collective. It's not holding it against them. It's more understanding, okay, everyone deals with emotions differently. Everyone deals with, you know, pain differently. Everyone deals with heartbreak differently. You know, not expecting others to be like one, but understanding, you know, that how you had your own way to deal with emotion, they had their own way of dealing with emotion. That's what I'm feeling with that, for sure. Telepathy. Whoa, too many. Okay, so I know it's too many, but I feel like it is important. So this collective, clearly, how you feel or how you think this person genuinely feels towards you with telepathy, and how they're, because they're wanting to communicate with you through telepathy, it's that they're mirroring this energy, that they feel that you guys as well want to communicate with them through their mind. But your soul is a mirror of my own. Thank you for treating me with love and respect. This is how you feel this person genuinely feels towards you, how you think this person, divine timing and soulmates, and that they are waiting for divine timing to reunite you again. So clearly this collective, you believe that your positive thinking as well is telepathically helping them with this energy instead of wanting to control the situation. So divine timing, the universe always delivers in divine timing. Be patient and trust the process. 11:11, and it's so crazy how I said 11:11 before. And soulmates, I'm drawn to you in a way I've never experienced before, and I love so deep and complex. This is what you think they feel towards you. Best friends. Whoa, extrovert. So you got it. You feel like maybe they're about to move towards you with confidence, ready to show you how much they love you, because they know that, you know, because they feel that you guys share the same things with one another, and you guys get them how they get you, and they're wanting to express, I want the whole world to know you are mine and only mine. Again, that's the jealousy energy. Don't make it fit if this is not how you think that this person feels towards you, please. I will be repeating that a lot, I think, in this reading. So maybe there are a lot of people who are needing, I'm going to have to do another reading like this. Alrighty, let's get what you feel their emotions are, what you think their true emotions are towards you. We're just going to get 3 of these, and then, all right, let's get how you guys think this person genuinely emotionally feels towards you. We're just going to get 3, confirm, and then sign. We're gonna go into how what you think their true intentions will be, and then we'll get to what's really going on. All right, how this collective thinks this person emotionally, genuinely emotionally feels towards them currently. Whoa. But they could be going through a little bit of grief, a little bit of sadness. Whoa. So you do believe that they are going over the failure. It makes sense with the addictions. It makes sense with what they're not dealing with, what you think that they're not dealing with, and how that not enough energy. But they're trying to persevere through this. They're trying to be determined through this, knowing that they can set their mind, whatever they set their mind to, they can do whatever they set their mind to, and that there is a little bit of worry. All right, let's confirm this full, whoa. But that they're trying to break free from it. That even through all of this grief, the failure, and how they've persevered through this, that, you know, that you guys are their freedom. That they possess the power and free will to make their own happiness. And we did get that happiness in the bottom. So clearly this collective, you feel that this, or you believe this person sees you as their happiness. And even so that this person knows that they need to break free from this energy to be able to come in that balanced way. So to remove that indecision and come into that decision. But that they're trying to change. Alrighty. Let's get what you think their true intentions are. We're just going to get 3. What is this collective? Think this person's true, genuine intentions are towards this collective. Just 3, please. 1, 2, 3. All right. Not really liking this, but this collective, you might know that they are this, but naughty thoughts. So we have naughty thoughts, charismatic Casanova, but destiny. So this collective, clearly, every time they have come in, it's coming to my mind for a reason, they have come in with very, you know, sexual energy, very charismatic Casanova, very, you know, water off a duck's back kind of energy, very, you know, emotionally avoidant and detached, but fear of commitment or being hurt, but that they do see you as destiny. So clearly this collective, well, we'll get this and then confirm each one. But number 20 could be significant. 20, 30, and 33 could be significant numbers. I can't help but want you physically, sexually, and mentally. You're all I think about, and it makes sense with that seduction card, even though that was third party interference as well. I feel like this collective, you know, that every time, you know, they do come in, they come in that energy. But you're all I think about when I am alone and lost in my thoughts. The thought of you drives me insane. I don't understand our connection and the way. So clearly this collective, maybe you, even though you feel that they think you guys are destiny, you still feel that there is, or you still think that there is a little bit of unknown information for them about what the connection really is. So clearly this collective, you know, or you think you know, that this person hasn't really been activated yet. Don't make that fit. But I don't understand our connection and the way I feel when I'm with you. I'm not ready for whatever this is. That's what holds them back. I can't handle this right now. I'd rather not think about it. And destiny, I am understanding it. So literally it's that from not understanding to understanding. But I am understanding our relationship and our connection. What I once thought was trivial was something more on a higher consciousness. I couldn't understand it then, but I do now. Let's confirm naughty thoughts. Masquerading. So you know that this is part of their mask. So this collective, you feel like this is part of their mask, which means good, because you're seeing through that veil. You're seeing this as it's part of their mask. It's not something, you're not taking it personal anymore is what I feel. But I'm wearing a mask by appearing happy and serene in front of others. When I am alone, I think about you and I realize I was my true authentic self when I was with you. Charismatic Casanova. Number 10 is 10, 20, 30. Mirroring. So you feel like both of you mirror this aspect, or maybe that this person, even their intentions is, you know, maybe I'm seeing my Queen and King of Swords, Queen and King of Wands, you know. Actually, my page and my pages of Wands, but like I feel this person is very, you know, attractive in their own way. Like the energy is very, you know, attracting, but for both of you guys, so they could see that as both, like very magnetic is what I'm feeling with that. But if you're feeling under duress or feeling salam, I feel it too when you are thinking of me. And also, side note, this collective, you think that this person is maybe went through that, you know, I don't understand our connection. And because of your pulling that thread, you know, that intertwining of the threads of how you have changed your outdated thinking, it's helping them with that. That's what I'm feeling with that. I feel it too when you are thinking of me. I think of you too. Our connection is deep and profound. It's sometimes difficult to understand. Destiny. So clearly this collective, you feel like this person is about to speak about a lot of different things that, you know, held them back, is what I feel. Cosmic love. So in 14. So 14th of the 6th, 10th of the 6th, 6th of the 10th, 14th of the 10th, 30th of the 10th, 30th of the 6th, 20th of the 10th, 20th of the 6th. Even though we are not together, we are connected. That's the telepathy there. It's destiny. So that's why they're always connected to you. We are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I am able to feel you as if you are physically here. There could have been certain opinions about this connection that maybe they want to talk about as well. All right. All right. Let's get into what's really going on. All right, universe, show me what's really going on with this person. Alrighty. Clearly this collective, you feel like, I don't feel like this collective, you're in that mind frame that this person is finally coming towards you for this reunion, but more so coming towards you for expression, for, you know, communication, clear communication. So you could have had a lot of, you know, miscommunication with this person, but let's see currently what's going on. I think I'm going to use all the same cards just to make sure. All right, let's see. What is currently going on universe, going on in this connection? What's really going on in this connection? Wow. Well, I still have those running boots on. Alrighty. Let's get it. So we have the runner. So they could be currently going through, you know, being confronted with the fear of intimacy and having to listen to the ego, but codependency, you know, running from a codependent relationship. You guys got that right. You know, that the addictions, the obsession, they are going through that heartbreak. They're deeply hurt. They're going through this separation, confirmation to how those emotion cards for this collective. So you're not that wrong. It means you're very much in top. Confirmation to what I said before. You guys, I was seeing my unknown gift card. But Dragonfly, they're trying to be lighthearted. Certain things are coming to light. And I do feel that adapting, changing, and healing. I feel that with the karmic energies that I said before. So they're going through self-indulgence, but this collective as well, because of your self-indulgence, because of you focusing on your self-worth and taking the time to heal and focusing on that shadow work. Hold on. Let's get this person's shadow. What is being illuminated in their shadow? Whenever that comes out, I feel like getting these cards. Having to go through introspection, confirmation with that marrying. Confirmation, very tapped in collective. So clearly, again, confirmation with that strength of mind. You are very strong in your mind right now, and you are just following your intuition. So whatever you think is actually from your intuition. Maybe you do have certain moments where it's like, huh? But I believe this collective, you're very connected right now. So they're going through introspection and growth. They're needing to go inward. Whoa. Oh, let's get them all. So, having courage themselves. But they're going through certain resentments. So I do feel that with maybe, you know, what you guys thought with having to do with that karmic energy, the triggering, the fleeting triggers and the lessons. But forgiveness, release, and serenity, having courage, going through their fear of vulnerability, but another having to do with growth. But shadow blossoming, resilience and nourishment. They need both sunlight and darkness, understanding that they need both to be able to come into their oneness, their union energy, but to find wholeness, acceptance, and inner peace. Sign. That's very nice. That's what's actually happening then. Whew. This person must be going through a roller coaster of emotions, but they're going through a But we do have the Grim Reaper. This is about the relationship being over. I feel this person is really going over how maybe the relationship is over and there are no second chances. But it's because they're needing to grow and transform their own life. You know, I feel like maybe they're feeling a little bit stuck right now. All right, the Runner. Needing to change that perception. But clearly they are watching in. They are looking in. But they need to change that perception and focus out and start focusing in. Confirmation with that inward energy. Heartbroken because of the mask. So they weren't showing their true feelings. They were deluding, pretending. And it makes sense with those true intentions when it's the charismatic Casanova pretending to be... was it the charismatic Casanova? No, that was the not understanding one. What was it? Pretending to be happy and serene, but actually whenever they're alone, they miss you and they think of you. That's what they're going through. It's that mask energy. Dragonfly, confirmation. You guys are very tapped in. Phoenix, beautiful. Them needing to change and adapt, you know, needing to be lighthearted. They're starting to transform. It's preparing them for a new phase. And this collective as well. Again, you're pulling on your threads. Self-indulgence. Girl with a snake. Confirmation. This, guys, is you. This is a confirmation to what I said before with you guys believing maybe that this person put you in that category and they've needed to work through. And also, if they just broke up with the karmic, we're going to see it. But it didn't come out, so maybe it's not in the energy. And we did get the heartbroken energy, so it could be that maybe they're seeing this other person as that girl with a snake, that fake empath, you know, that self-absorbed kind of energy, you know, and also I am seeing how they enabled certain behaviors and how they felt charmed and used, and now they're needing to go within and focus on their self and their self-worth and take that time to heal and go through that shadow work. But also I'm seeing the self-appreciation as you guys, you know, because they are looking in. So I do feel like maybe they're going over the boundaries that you guys put with them and that their need. It's kind of like that reflection of this person put these boundaries knowing that maybe, you know, this collective, maybe you expressed that they felt like love partner energy and they didn't indulge into that. But I feel like that's what's making them, I want one more. I feel like that's what's making them reflect on their own self-appreciation, how you guys put the boundaries. It's the being the example energy. Yeah, how you've rebuilt yourself and how they've sabotaged themselves. Confirmation, but working on themselves. And how you've rebuilt yourself by setting those boundaries. Beautiful. Grim Reaper, wedding rings. Confirmation, this person is really going over that ending. But eternal love, everlasting promise. and they're going over the time. So it could have been a long time since you guys had, you know, that initial connection, but needing time to heal, cycles as well. So they could be going through certain, and you guys got 10, 20, and 30. So they could be coming to completions of certain cycles. You know, certain cycles are coming into full circle moments, but taking time to heal, but progress as well. Alrighty. I quickly want to see what is currently going on in their life. Let me get these. I kind of want to confirm what's currently going on around their energy and, you know, what they're going through actually. Just how I did with you guys to confirm your energy. I want to see them. So, universe, please show me. Source, please show me what they're currently going through. 3 cards, please. 1, 2. Whoa. Okay. It does not want to come out. 2. Whoa. 3 or 4. Okay, then. We're getting 4 then. And it makes sense. 4 is divine masculine energy. All right. So we have balance through transformation, number 5, by the way. But we have the balance cards. So they are being shown maybe the imbalance that they have in their life and what they're needing to balance out, having to do with their inner guidance. So they're needing, again, confirmation, the veil. It's the veil. But they're being illuminated right now into the right direction through having to do with, you know, balanced energy. But there's an awareness coming over them. The universe is really loyalty. Who is loyal and who isn't? 11th, 10th, 18th of the 10th could be an important date or memory or birthday, but a friendship turns to love as well. Confirmation with that girl with the snake. I feel like they're being shown certain lessons with people around them who are actually loyal and who actually aren't. It's fated. They got the Wheel of Fortune. They're going through a fated cycles, confirmation, full circle moments right now. Fate, karma, cycles, forces of the universe, getting what they deserve. It's on their hand. It's out of their hands. They're getting a lot of synchronicities right now. All right, let's confirm this. Just 1, please. But also the Wheel of Fortune has the number 2. The number 2 for me is duality. I do believe, and for balance to be the first one to come out, you know, it's like the universe is really trying to ignite, you know, them with their own self-appreciation and their self-love and, you know, them needing this balance in their life, illuminating everything with balance. What they need to balance out to be able to come into their own duality, their own yin and yang energy. And they got the blueprint confirming all of this. Vision, firm foundations, destiny. This is part of their blueprint. This is part of their destiny. A starting point, thoughts becoming things. They're activating their own magician within. All right, let's confirm. 3, please. Learning from past mistakes. Oh my God. Again, the wheel. Fated. So they're having certain external forces happening. Confirmation to what I said before with those karmic energies. This collective, you are so tapped in. They're getting karmic lessons. There's a turning point. Having to do whatever they were procrastinating, wherever they were needing to learn from the past, whatever was bad news or whatever was, you know, having to do with no common sense, you know, it doesn't make sense to them. They're currently going through a lack of goals. That's what they're needing to balance out. That underachiever energy, that page of coins in reverse, so that they can start focusing the right way, so they can start taking action the right way. Their claircognizance, their own vision, seeing a clear choice to make a decision. So the universe is really showing them what they need to really work on, so that it's really that self-indulgence energy, you know, to bring themselves into balance, to find their inner guidance finally. Again, tapping into their own claircognizance and their sight. Wow. Let's confirm. A lot of lessons. Oh, it's to get them to, you know, whatever they were stubborn with, but will start to work hard on their dreams. Knight of Coins, connected to nature. They could be an earth sign, but, you know, slow and steady wins the race is what I'm feeling with that, you know. And clearly confirmation, this person maybe has certain control issues, and maybe they tend to control their environment because it's what made them feel safe. And again, that's wounded energy, but that's what they're needing to balance out. They're needing to have a little bit more faith in themselves is what I'm feeling. But patience. It's activating patience within them, again, to release the control. Sign. All right. Wow, that was beautiful, guys. That's the universe's, by the way. All right. Let's get how they're genuinely feeling towards you. Actually genuinely feeling towards you. And then we'll get their emotions. Confirmation. They're going through cosmic healing. Hold on. Sorry about that. All right. So let's keep going. One more. Alrighty. And I said one more, even though I shouldn't have gotten one more because we already had 5. So we have cosmic love, mission. So clearly they're learning from you. Confirmation. It's that learning by example. It's the self-indulgence with you guys putting the boundaries. Acceptance. So they're going through the acceptance of what this connection really is, which to me, so again, confirmation. This collective, very tapped in. Very tapped in. We have friends here. That's the best friend energy. But also maybe they're going over certain friendships that they need to release. And then we have religion and the red thread bond. So they clearly see you as the end of their red thread. Confirmation to what I said, you're pulling onto those threads. Spiritually, energetically. They're starting to have belief, is what I'm feeling with that. I want to get quickly their true emotions currently towards you. The genuine emotions towards you right now. You guys got it. How they currently feel. Yes, they are grateful for you. Confirmation. What did I say before? Understanding that a friend is in their life for a reason. But there it is, that indecision. Confirmation. So they're really going within. They're trying to see why they're still indecisive is what I'm feeling with that. And there's a reason why, and this is about, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life, and there's a reason why I said this collective, I feel the universe, not this collective, this person, the universe is really trying to activate them into their sight, you know, into really believing in their inner knowing and in their, you know, what actually moves them, what actually should be moving them, their intuition, not their brain. Trying to focus on working on their self-esteem. Also, I feel like you guys kind of like pump up their self-esteem at one point, but they're a little bit guilty right now. They need to release certain beliefs. They need to go through that 8 of Swords, but they're trying to change it. So you guys got that. They're needing to go through that 8 of Swords in reverse, releasing the negative beliefs to really believe in themselves. Confirmation to what I said with the self-appreciation. This collective, that outdated thinking that you guys got of them not being enough. Oh my God. This collective. One more, last one. And you guys got it. They see you as freedom. But I'm seeing that as an example, them creating their own freedom. And they're going through massive growth right now. Wow. 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 All right, let's confirm these. Cosmic healing. Their inner wisdom, their knowledge. You could really like that. I love that owl. That's kind of owl is so cute. But finding their inner wisdom through cosmic healing. Mission. So age gap, but emotional maturity. but you guys could have an age gap right now. And maybe, you know, again, twins and divines, there's always a societal issue. It could be age gap, it could be religious factors, it could be, you know, nobility factors. There's always a taboo in the relationship, and this collective, clearly it's the mission. It has to do, I'll say part of your mission with this person is to show, you know, through age, the age gap is not, you know, of course, if it's legal, it's not an impediment into, you know, what love actually is. I feel like that's what they're starting to understand. Confirmation. Unconditional love is unconditional love. It doesn't matter what age it is. Oh my God, I need to show you this because I wasn't going to show you, but I saw it. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. So I was just shuffling these and 3 fell out, and there was threes 3. So we have the Runner, confusion, and mirroring. So I feel this person could be currently, you know, a little bit confused on their own running tendencies. Look at the height of my candle. Do you see that? Do you see how long that is? Very connected collective. But oh my God. All right. I feel this person is literally going over their running tendencies, and it is a little bit of it is a little confusing for them because I feel like they feel like you're running away as well. But the thing is that it's not that you're running, it's that you just put up the boundary. So again, they're going within. They're going within. Let's get acceptance. What is this? Oh my God. Wow. So where this collective, you thought they were coming in communication, I feel like this person is coming into that union energy. Oh my God, friends. 5D. And you guys got that with that telepathy. So again, I'm seeing that as the emotion cards. A friend is in their life for a reason. Maybe, you know, they're finally understanding what you were meant for in their life. Let's get one more. Oh my God. Love since the beginning of time and new beginnings. So they're starting to believe. New chapter, fresh start, new start, taking a leap. Wow. Red thread bond. This is how they're feeling. They're genuinely feeling towards you. All right, let's get red thread bond. So children. Oh, healing inner child. That's what I'm feeling with that. You could have children, but maybe they want to have babies with you. But, you know, childlike spirit is what I'm seeing with that. And healing. Another one of healing. So clearly they're understanding what this, through inspiration, they're understanding what this connection is really for. Finally seeing, you know, why this connection was brought to their table. Wow. All right, let's get their true intentions, and then let's step into. Hold on, I really quickly want to get these. I just want to get 3 of these universe messages. Just 3. Confirmation. I love it. All right, let's just get 3 and that's it. All right, there's a lesson to be learned from this. So they're seeing through the lesson, and they're changing, they're transforming through that lesson. Oh my God, 4, 5, 6. Alignment. Wow. So patterns. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond. They're going through inner child healing. Confirmation with the red thread. Couldn't respond to me in the way I needed them to. I am reacting from that wound. So again, confirmation, communication issues. Messages of trust. There's a lesson to be learned from this. And then union. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. Expanding these arrows allows our love to grow. I feel like this is what this person is finally understanding. Where this collective, you finally understood it. That's what's actually activating them into that, you know, deep healing. Last one. Well, or last 2. And you got 11. Oh my God. So we have timing and intentions, confirmation with this collective and what you think they're waiting for. Divine timing, yes. We need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, releasing impulsivity, releasing the control. Beautiful. And telepathic messages. Sign. I feel your energy around me and I wonder, are you thinking of me too? And communication on the bottom. Cycle. I feel like there's a full circle moment having to do with your communication skills with this person. 12:12 on my clock. I watch you on social media and the internet. It's my way of staying close and finding out more about you. Sign. All right, let's get their true intentions and then we'll get a universal message to see how they're coming in. All right. This person's genuine intentions towards this collective. True, genuine. 3, please. Just 3. Just gonna get the ones that fly out. Love that. All right. Again, I guess. All right. It's not bad though. Settling. So they know. So settling. I'm not happy. I know I'm not happy, but I feel I have no way out. I just can't walk away from my duties and the one I am with, even if I'm, again, confirmation. I don't feel like this person is coming in with the reunion energy. I'm seeing it more as communication. I am with, even if I am not entirely happy, there's still need to. And confirming in separation is insecurities. So why the separation happened? Because of their insecurities. Confirmation why they need to. The settling is also having to do with their self-worth. But number 4, I'm taking a pause. I need to separate myself from you in order to work on my mind and my soul. This is only temporary. This is why they separated. I will eventually find my way back to you. And insecurity, 7-3. If you really knew who I was and how I felt, you may not love me anymore. I'm afraid you'll reject me if I show you who I really am. Confirmation and illusions. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. Confirmation with that outdated thinking with this collective. That's what puts that insecurity within this person, this collective, you know. I allowed which means that I do usually say this in some of my collectives, you know, usually divines, you tend to mirror the same kind of wounds and aspects of things that you guys need to heal out, you know. So if there are certain, you know, patterns having to do with communication issues, certain patterns having to do with the obsessive thinking, having to do with, you know, those addictive traits in any aspect, you guys would mirror the same kind of patterns and traits and even emotions with this. So you would both have been overthinkers. Confirmation to this collective, what I said before, this collective, you have been, even in the, you know, past couple of years, working on your overthinking, and like just recently started, you know, really feeling that relief in your mind. They're going through that as well. This collective, there's a strength in your mind, which means, again, feeding into your threads, it's helping them find their way out of that obsessive thinking. That's where they go through with that, with those addictions as well, with that girl with the snake and that twin flame, what they're needing to balance out. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions. And dictate my actions towards our connection. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. Confirmation. Wow. Settling. Confirm settling. They need to find their divine masculine strength. Sign. 40. And you guys got 10, 20, 30, and then now 40. I'm working on my divine masculine side. I need to be more assertive, confident, and speak up for myself. I can no longer bow out of things and situations when I become fearful, but fight for what I love, and that is you. They're having strength with their decisions. Confirmation. Insecurities and sin separation. So Pisces, and because they were unawakened. I had an idealistic view on what a relationship should look like. Society. And again, that age gap clearly maybe was a big part of it. should look like. You challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me, but I do now. Beautiful. 93 could be a year that they were born, or even you guys were born. And 44. I was fearful. I'm going to say I was fearful of letting go of what I had and what I knew. What you were asking of me was impossible, and it made me feel extremely uncomfortable. I feel like this is what they're getting out of. Finally, that is the insecurity. Maybe they were someone who, and again, there's a reason why I said the controlling in the situation. Maybe they were someone who in the past they would really, you know, need to control certain situations to feel that security. And because, butterfly! I'm sorry. I wanted to show you. It was huge. It was one of those monarch butterflies, but it was huge. I'm like, every time I see a butterfly, I want to show you guys. But transformation through it. They're transforming through their self-worth. Starting to see that, you know, it's not that they need to control the environment or control the situation. They just need to let it be and go with the flow. I feel like that is what they're finally going through. That's what kept them awakened. And also, I feel that because we have karmic partner here, and there could be someone in there that they could have gone through that last bit of trauma that they needed to go through that awakening, because maybe even, you know, with this karmic energy, they also had this idealistic phase or this idealistic view of how the relationship should have gone, and it did not go at all as it was planned. I'm seeing my unexpected outcome with that. Sign. Illusion. What is that? Summer. So, I didn't want to come out. I'm just not getting it. Difficult differences. That's part of the illusion. You guys had too many difficult differences. There's no point here. Our differences drove us apart, and it angered me that you didn't understand where I was coming from. It still pains me we can't come to an agreement, even if we love each other. But I feel this person is finally getting out of that illusion that it's part of, you know, you both having to see through it. They need to see through it as well. They need to be the ones who not control their emotions, but tame their emotions. I want one more for that. Yes, cosmic love, let this heal. Even though we are not together, we are connected. And you guys got that. We are connected through, and you, so clearly you can feel their intentions. It's not all of the same, but you can feel kind of like literally what their intentions are. We are connected through and through when we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I am awake, I think of you. I am able to feel you as you are physically here. That telepathy is strong for this person. And unsent messages. I really want to tell you how I feel, but is it too late? So again, the time, confirmation, the time, that clock energy. Will you understand what I'm trying to say to you, or will you misinterpret my messages? I'd rather not say anything at all, but because they're still going through those insecurities. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. There's a lot of, you know, introspection with these intentions. And again, as I said before, I don't feel this person is coming in with that union energy yet. They're just wanting, I feel like they're wanting to really, the unresolved issues. They're wanting to have clear communication with you, basically. Alrighty. All right, let's get dice. Let's see how far ahead the universe wants us to tap into. What the next point of action is going to be. And when. Alright, when is this person's next point of action? We're just going to do that. If 6 comes out, we're getting weeks. If anything else comes out, we're getting days. I am kind of hearing days, though. But 11 days. Okay, so next week, 11 days. We're getting 11 days. All right, let's get next 11 days. Next 11, earth sign, but grounding, maybe. You know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, though. Next 11 days. Pregnancy, expectation is what I'm hearing with that, releasing expectation. And water sign, having to do with their emotion. A release of emotion. Let's get one more for expectation. Yeah, the intimacy. So maybe this person, they're trying to release the... So clearly this person is trying to release that expectation that you guys are going to be physical. I'm seeing that sexual chemistry, but the reminiscing, trying to release the expectation of this maybe coming into fruition first. Even though I do believe this person is wanting to communicate, but trying to move on from that mind frame. Confirmation. Let's get one more. Yeah. That self-absorbed energy. Trying to open up their heart. I don't know why I got these, because I usually never get these for that. But let's get these and see the next 11 days. Universe, show me what is happening the next 11 days with this connection. Oh my God. These guys got the double rainbow. And the bird on the wire. I feel like this person is about to speak to you about how they were talking behind your back. One more for bird on a wire. Yeah, they're transforming through it. Okay, so I feel like they're coming. 1717, by the way, as well. But, and pregnancy. Maybe you guys wanted to have a baby. Okay, next 11 days in this connection. Wow, roots. Putting down the right roots. King of Cups energy. But boundaries as well. So, all right, so we have the birds on the wire. So this, I feel again what I said before about this person. They're wanting to come and communicate. I feel like it's because this bird on a wire is about, you know, gossip energy, the odious opinions. You know, it's that energy of hearing what other people said about our connection. And clearly, again, confirmation to what I said before, that girl with a snake, where you guys were seeing yourself, or how you felt that this person was seeing you as that girl with a snake, was because of their own wounding. I feel this person is finally coming to that transformation, that transition, the changing, the outcome. And, you know, instead of speaking with others about this connection, it's really speaking to you about this connection. You know what I mean? It's turning it's doing it the right way. We have the double rainbow. You have divine intervention on the way. So clearly very fated moments, an ascension, perfect timing, light codes, promises kept, and duality. I do feel like this person, by coming forward, and also Queen of Cups energy, that's very, you know, emotions. That's staying in being in the flow, and also trusting their intuition with this. So their intuition has to do with them having to speak about their emotions towards you and not towards other people. I feel like maybe that's what actually put them got them in trouble the last time as well. But also, I am hearing it could be that maybe they're going to speak about their last connection. And if they do so, I feel like the biggest thing I have to tell this collective, put up the boundary. Put up the boundary. You do not need to know what happened in that last connection. You do not need to know what is happening if they are currently even still with this person. I feel like this collective, you need to focus on, you know, you keeping... This collective, you do not need that mental anxiety. So I would put up a boundary with that if they do start speaking about how they were in the other connection, such like... kindly and compassionately. There's a reason why you're in strength. She's very compassionate. She's very nurturing as well. Kindly and compassionately say, I'm sorry to hear that you've gone through those grievances, but I do not need to know about this connection. It's not something that will benefit me in any way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That came to my mind for a reason. I want to confirm this bird on the wire because cycles. I do believe that, but dependability, they know where they're going. Migration, moving away from this mind frame of, you know, speaking about connection. Maybe also that this is something that you need to teach them, in the sense of, it's not, I do not feel comfortable by listening to this, or I don't feel that this person would be comfortable knowing that you are speaking about their connection. I don't feel like it's right for you to speak about your connection with me, knowing the history that we have about this person. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a big lesson having to do with you showing your self-worth as well, you know, and that's kind of like that catalyst for their own transformation and their own, you know, finding their own duality as well. All right, let's get tarot. Let's get tarot. All right, next 11 days. I want to see how this person is coming in the next 11 days, what energy, and then I want to get how the universe, their advice of how you should approach this. I'm seeing my Queen of Coins and Queen of Cups energy for how you should approach it, but we'll see. All right, how does this person... And even being vulnerable, you know, it hurts me to hear about this. It's not something I, you know, feel will benefit me in any way, but more even... just put more trauma into me, you know what I mean? You would know, you'll know what you need to say. But what was that a butterfly that just flew through here again? All right, next 11 days, this person's energy approaching this collective in the next 11 days. So we have a timing card. There's a change of direction, but setting their intention, a new cycle beginning. Don't give up, germination, manifesting your desires. Oh my God, Tower moment. So they could be going through... There's a reason why I said this person could be speaking about this connection, this other connection. They're an Empress in reverse, insecurities. So they have... they're in wounded feminine. It makes sense with that transforming through that, you know, the bird on a wire energy, through that gossip energy. A wounded feminine usually tends to gossip. So I feel like they're going to come and speak about this divorce, this chaos, this how they destroyed they were, how they need to... Okay, so Two of Wands in reverse. They're lacking a strategy. And there it is. A Ten of Cups. So I do believe this person is going to come in. There's a new cycle approaching you both, but it's coming from a Tower. So they're currently going through certain destruction around them in their environment. There's a revelation as well, but a sudden change and epiphany. There's a shocking event that happens within. All right, so as I was saying, I do feel like this person... And it could have been that maybe a month ago this breakup actually happened, and maybe they needed to start healing from it. But I do believe that they are coming in wounded feminine energy, wanting to speak about this grievance instead of, you know, speaking to their friends about it, or speaking to their shrink about it, or whoever they need to speak about it. They're because I feel this person has such a sense of security with you and, you know, freedom with you. I feel like, you know, and that's where you guys need to put the boundary. This person is going to want to talk about how, you know, even though it does lead up to talking about how disconnected and unbalanced they were in the connection with you guys, I do believe they want to talk about the person that they were with. This is also about this collective, pay attention to your body. So if you're starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed and you're starting to feel a little bit, you know, yucky, or kind of like uncertainty is starting to build up in you know what I mean? This collective, you would know. Biggest thing I feel is move away from that situation. So that's your highest self saying, this will affect your trauma. And there's a reason why I said, you know, maybe put up that boundary and say, I do not want to talk about this. This is not something I feel that will benefit me in any way. I understand. I'm sorry for your grief, blah, blah, blah. And move away from that situation. But I do feel like this person is coming with a lot of insecurities and a lot of, you know, wounded feminine energy, you know, a little bit, not, I don't want to say the blame game, but, you know, wounded feminine, she tends to put herself kind of like in that ivory tower, like she was all, she was right and everyone else is wrong, but that's that outdated thinking that they need to get out of themselves. And I do believe that you, by expressing, you know, that you don't want to talk about that relationship, and that if they want to talk to you guys, that maybe you should have a conversation about your relationship and what, you know, defining the purpose of the conversation the right way and reassessing and making certain adjustments. This Two of Wands in reverse. Feel like because this person is lacking a strategy of how to approach you or what to speak of, not even what to speak about, or how to start speaking about the imbalance and this discord that you guys had with this Ten of Cups in reverse. Maybe, you know, it's kind of like that coming with their tail between their legs energy. You know what I mean? I do believe like they're wanting to speak about how they were disconnected energetically with you. But also maybe they could be speaking about how they were currently going through certain, you know, discord with family as well. It's coming to my mind. All right, let's get this new moon energy. And it's so funny because literally, am I not mistaken, but in the next 11 days, the new moon is coming? Is it not the next 11 days or like kind of like that time frame, the new moon? I know that we had the full moon yesterday or today. And after the full moon comes the new moon. And I feel like it's kind of like a week and something that the new moon comes in. So it could be that next new moon, that's where that confirmation, I feel. Let me know in the comments. New moon. Whoa, Wheel of Fortune, faded moments. Oh my God. Laying a foundation the right way. Confirmation. But you know what? I feel like this collective is the one who lays the foundation the right way. Sign. Laying the foundation the right way. Literally. Beautiful. How you're starting this new cycle by laying the proper foundation. Confirmation to what I said before. So if this person starts talking about their ex or their last relationship, the one that they chose before over you, shut them down in the nicest way. Shut them down. I do believe like maybe that's how usually they would come in. They would all, and it's coming to my mind for a reason. So maybe in the past, whenever they did come in, it was coming from a broken relationship that they had with someone else because they chose that someone else over you. And that's how, you know, they want to reconnect with you. Shut them down with that. Don't like understand, you know, what I said before. So you understand their grievances and such, but it's not something that you should be talking about with them. It's something that maybe they shouldn't be talking with this other person. You do not gossip. You do not need to know the details and the nitty-gritties of that relationship. I feel if they do have a certain grievance with this person, they need to talk to them and have clear communication with them about their relationship and their connection to do whatever closure, whatever it is that they're needing to do with that person. That is that faded moment. That is you having the chance to lay the foundation the right way with this new cycle. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's setting the goal. It's grounding. Grounding. Tower. Whoa, 2 came out. So this person is going to see this as a missed opportunity. Unmotivated, weary, dissatisfaction, boredom, out of control, being they could get defensive maybe. They could get a little bit defensive, but retreating, trying another approach is going to overwhelm them. They're going to see it as not worth it because they're going to see this moment. And also, side note, it's literally what I just said with this person speaking about what they want. They're wanting to speak about their Four of Cups energy. The dissatisfaction that they felt with this other person. You do not need to know that. It's coming from it's coming from being defensive, literally that wounded feminine energy. You guys need to retreat and try another approach. If you want to speak to me, we can speak about our relationship and our grievances. And, you know, again, do not indulge them into that conversation. It's not worth it. It's only going to overwhelm you. Empress. Dedication to the craft. So, you know, it's your own achievement, your own mastery. I want to get first, hold on. I want to clarify who this Empress is because I feel like it's them. Yeah, lack of yes, confirmation. It's them. They're still in Four of Coins. They're still attached to certain, there's still a certain possessiveness that they need to work through. It's creature of habit, confirmation. If this person came every single time to your table because they were coming with a grievance with another person, habit. It's a habit. It's because they're lacking self-confidence. There's still self-limiting beliefs. There's, they're needing to find a new path. They're coming in wounded feminine energy. You guys need to be, stick to what you know. Stick to that Eight of Coins energy. Your own foundation. What you're committed to. I want one more for Eight of Coins. Yes, lead the way. Lead the way with example. Lead the way. This is a great moment. This is a fated moment for you to not only show your self-worth and also be in your strength, but also to, by example, show them. What was that? That was a big bird. That literally just got me out of center. Be an example towards them of how, what even you will accept in this connection or whatever it is that they're wanting to define here. You know what I mean? I feel like through example of your own values, they're going to start learning their values and even, adopting certain values that you guys have, because they're going to start, I feel like this person is going to start seeing how misaligned that you guys are, and how imbalanced they are and what they need to work through because they're still a little bit broken. They need to go through isolation is what I feel. The biggest thing I feel for this collective, you should be, not encouraging them, but maybe through, your own teaching, your own mission work of what unconditional love is giving them the right advice and, what they need to do. Or even through example, talk about how you, through your emotions, how you went through the process of releasing certain self-beliefs by going within and working through yourself. Lead the way. Very nice. I like King of Wands. King of Wands is very loyal as well, but to himself. In a good way. He won't accept anything less than what he deserves. And he will lead the way with his vision. But yeah, my advice. I feel there's a very beautiful lesson for this person. And for you as well to, keeping your strength. And it's something you're going to be very proud of because it's not in your self-interest. It's going to be something. I feel like this collective, you're going to be very, empathetic and comforting towards this person for them to find their own self-worth. Doing it the right way. There's a transformation and a change for them. Because of what you show them. You know what I mean? There's a foundation that you're building here the right way. There's a foundation. All right, let's get Two of Wands. Chariot. So they need to define their purpose. They need to reassess and make adjustments because this Chariot is in reverse. They're blocked by obstacles, their own obstacles. They need to reassess their own way. Maybe speak about that, maybe they could, even speak about, and that's something that maybe you could actually help them and guide them through, maybe they're going to start speaking about, this person and how in their life they feel like they're blocked and they feel like they're stuck and stagnant. And that's where you say, we can speak about anything that you want, but not this person. I do not want to know. It's not my business to know what happened in your relationship with this person. There we go. It's not my business to know what happened in this relationship with this person. If you need guidance with anything else, I have no, and guide and, if they want that guidance, but, even speak about how their forcefulness is actually something that doesn't help their stagnancy. And by just living in the moment and living in the present and living, in the flow, actually helps them define their, actually, clears their mind to really start setting those goals. But I do believe also that, whatever it is that they're going to speak about here and how you present and how you speak to them, I feel like there is going to be, a change in direction here where they start reassessing and making adjustments with certain things that they lacked direction with. And you guys as well. Again, there's something having to, this collective, the biggest thing, your sight is going to be that unknown gift having to do with your sight. So I do believe like there's something very fated having to do with your sight and laying your own foundation and actually helping this person as well through unconditional love. You know what I mean? 10 of Cups. It's kind of like I'm seeing my rewards for your labor. Sign. 9 of Coins. Self-sufficiency, abundance, your own. You're maturing. Your fulfillment. There's a freedom because you're finally not, I feel this collective, you literally just release this person. By putting up those boundaries, by, I feel like you do comfort this person, but you, yourself, you find it's like, you're no longer tied to how much time is going to take for this person to come in for that reunion. It's like it's like a penny drops for this collective that, it's this fated moment is literally that catalyst to you releasing the time and releasing that expectation of when is this coming in, because you finally understand this person needs to grow. Yeah, you release the fear of when is this coming. You release you just trust in your inner knowing. You hear and trust in your intuition. You're no longer in the illusion because you're finally seeing the right way, what they need to go, what they need to work through and what you need to work through even. You release the fear and anxiety. And also, I do believe that by having this conversation with this person, by going through this with this person, they really go through that readjustment themselves of what is keeping them blocked, of what is keeping them in imbalance and in discord, and actually finding their own independence by trusting and releasing the fear. It's literally a domino effect. It's literally a domino effect. By you laying that foundation, you are helping this person progress as well and go within. Last one. Yes. They're very disconnected right now. You're going to feel maybe like you're a little bit disconnected. And you know what? You're going to feel like they're withholding a little bit. Trust your intuition with this. You're going to feel like they're giving you misinformation because they're still in 4 of Coins. They're very much in that, wounded feminine energy, which means they're going to be they're going to try to put themselves, as that victim mentality instead of taking accountability for certain actions that they had. So this collective, biggest thing, not being defensive or not being mean or being, you know what I mean? Without being harsh, without being, not confronting, because confronting, I feel like, if anything, this collective knows what I mean. Understanding the wound, not taking it personal. That's what I'm feeling with that. They're going to come in a little bit of a mask energy. They're going to come in a little bit with a 7 of Swords kind of energy because they are trying to protect their own heart, their own, even though they're wanting to come in with truths, they're coming in a little bit masked. See it that way. Don't see it as, oh, they're giving me misinformation. Oh, there's certain secrets still. Are they saying the truth? There's a reason why your vision is being illuminated so much right now. Your vision, your gifts is being, amplified right now. Just trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Whatever is being kept in the dark right now, whatever is being, kept a secret, or whatever is being, certain information is not appearing right now, it's for your own good and it's for your own mental sanity, is what I feel. It's certain things are being kept in the dark universally right now because it's not the right time to be illuminated for you or for them. All right. I want to see quickly. Like, I know I got like confirmation of all this. So I want to get these and I want to see the universe's message for you guys. But service, be of service. What the universal message for how they're coming in and what they need to do. Magnetism through gratitude. Just focus on being positive. Focus on that, you know, be grateful for the opportunities you're being presented, because I feel like this collective, you're about to soar. Sacred boundaries, confirmation, sacred boundaries. Put up those boundaries. Don't let this person, you know, better than you can ever imagine. They're trying to help you both rebirth into a new energy, into a new cycle. Yes, focus on your inner truth. Just focus on your inner truth. Trust in your inner truth. And help this person start trusting in their inner truth. Transformation, Phoenix moment. Beautiful. Beautiful. They're trying to, actions leading to success. The right kind of actions. Last one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, for the love of God. Oh. My nails. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I cannot grab them because of my nails. All right, now. Service. Be of service. Doesn't matter who it's coming from. Be of service. Remember what you were born to do here. This is your part of your destiny path. Doesn't matter who it doesn't matter who it's coming from. Unconditional love is for everyone. Stay in that. Stay in your strength. Be in your service. It's going to help you even more than you can ever imagine. But be of service. Alrighty. Let's confirm. Whoa. Oh, God. Let's confirm that full reading. This was beautiful, actually. I thought, you know, yes, this person still has to go through, you know, healing, but they're starting the first steps. Let's confirm that full reading. I'm going to confirm with these. Just 3. Let's confirm. Just only 3, please. So we have, let your friends help. I feel like this is what you're needing to tell this person. But asking for support. You're not alone. This is true love. Maybe ask for advice on how you should, you know. And even if this person just texts you and says, you know, maybe that's why also this collective you need to, because the reason why I said, you know, that listen to your body. If this person texts you and, you know, you start feeling overwhelmed because you don't know what to answer, that's the moment where you need to retreat and, you know, just wait until you are emotionally balanced and not emotionally charged or overwhelmed, so that you can give them a clear and concise answer. Also, it's coming to my mind. And this person is going through a separation is what I feel. But time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So maybe this person is separating, but also they need to go through that isolation. They need to go through that, you know, they need to go through their hermit mode. They need to go through that hermit energy so that they can go through that introspection and heal out this past relationship to come in the right kind of energy. So then have a heart-to-heart conversation. My advice. and also confirming what this reading is. Let's confirm that full reading energetically. Expect powerful change for sure. For sure. Whoa, what was that? Just flew away. All right. You are good enough. And you know that. Expect powerful changes. And it's time to release negativity. I feel like that is something that you are doing right now. But maybe help this person with, you know, advice on how to release. You are good enough. Knowledge. Inner knowing. Yes. Expect powerful changes. Accept help. Clearly speaking to people, not gossiping, but, you know, speaking to certain people that you trust about what you're currently going through. You know, you're not alone is what I feel that the universe is trying to say. Ask for help. Even just your guides. Even just praying. It's time to release negativity. Strength. Be in your strength. Yes. Yes. Strength of mind. Beautiful changes. All right. Let's get Charmies and dice. Charmies. All right. Not many wanted to come out. So you could be getting a lot of signs of this person's name. You guys see it? I don't know if you see it. Name. And the initials could be T, W, and Y. That wasn't meant that many initials. Came out like that. It's for a reason. All right. Important dates, birthdays, angel numbers, etc. 44. So 4th of the 4th, portal energy, but also 44, divine masculine energy. 64, the angel, the creator is by your side. The flower of life. 55, 5th of the 5th, portal energy as well, but 55, transformation. 88, you have a lot of double numbers here. 88 as well. 8th of the 8th, 12th of the 8th, 12th of the 4th, 12th of the 6th, 12th of the 5th. 7th of the 5th, 5th of the 7th, 15th of the 7th, 12th of the 7th, 15th of the 12th, 12th of the 1st, 1st of the 12th, 20th of the 12th, 20th of the 1st, 55 again, transformation again. 5th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 5th, 20th of the 5th, 20th of the 3rd, 20th of the 1st, 20, and 11 as well. But yeah. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest, and 14 by itself. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you a little later today. Mwah. Bye, guys.